Although Piaget is famous for his work in the field of psychology, he actually wrote many successful papers on mollusks in his early years. He would later switch gears from snails to students, and he never looked back. Schemas are at the center of Piaget's theory of cognitive development. They are the building blocks of a child's ability to understand the world around them. As children develop, their schemas become increasingly complex, which results in their ability to comprehend new situations and objects. This graphic depicts a child's journey when dealing with an object or situation that can't be explained by an existing schema. The start of this journey is assimilation. At this point, a child attempts to use an existing schema to interact with a new object or situation. Equilibrium takes place when a child's schemas are able to deal with the majority of new information through the process of assimilation. If a child's schemas are unable to explain the new situation, they are thrown into a state of disequilibrium. Children become frustrated, which drives them to the next step, accommodation. During accommodation, schemas that fail to explain the new situation will fall by the wayside. New schemas will take the old one's place until they too are proven obsolete.
Bypass Publishing presents Psychology in the Fast Lane, Difficult Topics Explained. Schemas, Assimilation, and Accommodation. A schema is an organized pattern of thought that establishes a mental framework that represents some aspect of the world. We develop schemas for all types of items and activities, from simple items such as a chair, a car, fish, bird, or house, to complex, like the chemical bonds between atoms or the seating in the House of Representatives. In short, we develop cognitive patterns for many things. We then use the schema we have developed as a means to compare new information against. Here's an example. You have a schema for a chair, a bed, and a sofa. The first time you see a futon, you immediately search your stored schema to see if it fits with anything you have already encountered. If it comes close, you make subtle changes to your schema to include the new item. In this example, you now have a schema of a sofa that includes the traditional characteristics along with those of a futon. So when you can add new information into an existing schema with little effort, you have experienced the cognitive process known as assimilation. When you need to store new information that conflicts with the schema you already have in place, a schema overhaul is in order. The process of accommodation involves the altering of schemas as a result of new information or new experiences, and new schemas may be developed during this process.
The sensory motor stage is defined by babies' use of their motor skills and senses. The end of stage 1 features object permanence. This is a child's ability to understand that an object still exists even if it's not in their immediate vicinity. The pre-operational stage features children's ability to think symbolically. The biggest indicator that children are in the pre-operational stage is their view of the world is very ethnocentric. This means that they have a difficult time seeing situations from any viewpoint except their own. The concrete operational stage contains a big milestone in a child's cognitive development. Between the age 7 and 11, children are able to work out complicated problems in their head. In the final stage, children and adults obtain the ability to test hypotheses and think in an abstract manner. Many individuals, according to Piaget's tasks, never fully reach the formal operational stage. The stages are also not as set in stone as Piaget believed. The transition between stages is also much more gradual than the strict age requirements given by Piaget. Rather than biology being the determining factor, other research has proved that children can master tasks created by Piaget well before the given developmental stage, if instructed to do so. Piaget did his research with children of European descent with high socioeconomic backgrounds. Further study has proved that culture plays a major role in cognitive development. The lack of diversity in Piaget's work is one of the theory's biggest flaws. Discovery learning is the idea that children learn best when exploring new possibilities and trying new things. The assimilation accommodation cycle is a great way of explaining how children develop problem-solving skills. Piaget's theory has affected the education system on all levels, but the greatest impact has been seen at primary schools.